Why don't we just teach people how to use AI to learn how to use AI? So many of us can also relate to being able to pay attention for the first 30 seconds of class.
Yeah.
And then you're on another planet. Even if it was for the next 5 minutes, you're on another planet. As soon as you try to hop back on that train, it had gone. Every kid having an infinitely patient tutor, mentor, teacher that goes at your pace, it's available 24/7, basically for free, I think is one of the most remarkable things. And so you think of how education is today. It's created to teach classrooms of 30 people at a time the same thing, to get everybody going at the same speed. You don't need that anymore because every person can have their own teacher that can help them 24/7.
What are the things I need to teach my 9 and 12-year-old? Some of these things, and embracing AI, embracing how to write good prompts and so on. What should we do to encourage the youth so that they're not left behind? Because I still wonder, whether being a lawyer or being even a doctor in 10, 15, 20 years' time, is he going to be around? What should we encourage our youth to be doing, or the really young ones, for the parents out there that have got young kids?
Use AI as a teaching tool for kids, as a learning tool. That's why one of the reasons why I'm so massively optimistic about this technology is usually when I do a keynote, one of the first pictures that I bring up is a photo that I took a couple of weeks ago, actually, of my son on a Saturday morning. My son's 10. We're having lunch at a coffee shop, and he asked me to help him with long division because he's a bit of a geek, and I couldn't do long division back then, let alone now. And he could kind of tell I was struggling, and he ended up asking, can I just use your phone for ChatGPT? And then I gave him my phone, and then managed to get this brilliant, beautiful photo of him actually there, writing his 10-year-old handwriting with ChatGPT next to him. And then I went and looked at ChatGPT afterwards, and the prompt he used, and he said, long division for a 10-year-old. And the context there is unreal. If you say for a 10-year-old, for an 8-year-old who has English as a second language, whatever it is. So every kid having an infinitely patient tutor, mentor, teacher that goes at your pace, it's available 24/7, basically for free, I think is one of the most remarkable things. And so you think of how education is today. It's created to teach classrooms of 30 people at a time the same thing, to get everybody going at the same speed. You don't need that anymore because every person can have their own teacher, can help them 24/7. So that needs to be rethought. So that's one thing that I would do is use AI to help your kids, because so many of us can also relate to being able to pay attention for the first 30 seconds of class.
Yeah.
And then you're on another planet, the rest. And even if it was for the next 5 minutes, you're on another planet. As soon as you try to hop back on that train, it had gone. So really encourage that. I do think there's a whole big shift required in education, and I don't know if it's going to happen in time. Use this technology to encourage entrepreneurship, to encourage all sorts of risk-taking and things like that, because you'll be able to get a business, you'll be able to get a website up and running, like legal contracts, accounting advice, etc. These things were barriers in the past. They're no longer going to be barriers. So that's where I would start.
I love that. And thank you so much for that advice. I've already thinking about how we can implement some of those things at home. We've nearly run out of time, and I can talk about AI for days. So I'm going to get you back on if that's okay, Darwin. But I want to go back to Pathfindr. AFR has this amazing list, sort of rewards the most innovative companies. You were on the list last year, and you've got a bit of an announcement. There's something that's happened again?
Yeah, so it's so cool. We're fortunate enough to be on the list again. It is a fascinating story. And it's just a reflection of how fast this space is moving. So the award, by the time we got given the award last year, we'd stopped using the very tool that we're given the award
Amazing.
for. So last year we got the award. We built a tool that basically automates a lot of consulting work with AI powered, right? So instead of us having to spend heaps of time with you to figure out how to implement AI in your company, this tool would basically take all the work away for us. But then ChatGPT released reasoning models, the O series. And these are the thinking models, the ones that think before they answer. And all of a sudden, you didn't need that anymore. You could just prompt it. And it just reflected how fast this space is moving, that literally you can get an award for something and then not even need it anymore. And so we pivoted our whole business to going, why don't we just teach people how to use AI to learn how to use AI? And it really became enablers and empowerers of people of this technology, and as at least as a starting point. After that, you can do custom stuff, but it's been a great journey.